Welcome back to Bee's Kitchen. Today we're going to make edamame pasta with shrimp. I'm going to start here by seasoning the shrimp, and then we're going to move over to the stove for this quick and easy recipe. Okay, for the shrimp I use 16 to 20, 21, somewhere around there size. It's a nice size. It doesn't cook too quickly, dry and subsequently dry out. So I'm going to use white pepper. As I said, whenever it's light like this, I use white pepper rather than the black pepper. I don't like the way it looks. You know, if food doesn't look good, you'll never try it. So now I put garlic on it. We're going to use garlic in the recipe as well, but it's going to have a nice taste. The edamame pasta is one that I discovered. I'm a pasta lover, but my body doesn't like carbs, so I usually go with edamame pasta, and I've come up with some great dishes for edamame. Let's get this, and then we'll move over to the stove and set to go. Okay, we'll go over to the stove and finish this dish. I'm sure you're gonna love it. Okay, we're now at the stove, and this dish is a really quick dish. The edamame pasta cannot cook for over 5 minutes. Once it overcooks, it just becomes mushy. And you want to have some bite to it. It's like regular pasta being al dente. So I've learned to I always start my pastas at a lower number than what they suggest for cooking it. And here I have boiling water, and I'm gonna turn it up higher. And then here I have a medium heat, and I am going to start out by doing making the sauce that we're going to toss with the edamame pasta. So I have my stove on medium, and I'm going to cook my shrimp. And the other ingredients that I have is I have the shrimp, I have sun-dried tomatoes, and these sun-dried tomatoes are julienne, and I get them in oil because I found that sun-dried tomatoes in oil aren't as chewy, and that can become burdensome when you're trying to eat. So I always get it in oil. I like that. I like foods in oil rather than in water. I know it's not correct in today's world, but the taste, I'm all about taste. And after all, I've been cooking for over 50 years. So we're going to start. The skillet's getting hot. The water's boiling for our pasta, but I don't want that to start until we get these shrimp done. I'm going to put a little oil in the skillet just to cook the shrimp. And then we'll add the rest of the oil, because I found that with edamame pasta, I don't care for it with the sauces. I've tried it with vodka sauce. Doesn't work. I tried it with marinara, and these are all homemade sauces. Doesn't work. I tried it with bolognese. Definitely doesn't work. Bolognese is just too heavy, and the edamame pasta is not strong enough to hold the heaviness of bolognese, but we have to make bolognese one day. But anyway, and so I'm going to add the shrimp now. I think we're there. And let these cook, and they're only going to cook for a few minutes. Not quite hot enough. Let's give it some more minutes. Let me turn it up. Let's see, here we go. I can feel the heat coming up. It's getting there. And you got to be careful about the shrimp, because once the shrimp go in, we'll go ahead and add the edamame and set the timer for 5 minutes. And I always use timers. So let's see where we are. I think we're good now. Take a pasta fork and okay. Let's add the shrimp. There we go. I can hear it. Now, when I cleaned these shrimp, I kept the tails on because I think they look nicer. And I'm a firm believer that if it doesn't look good, you'll never taste it to know if it is good. So I'm always, and I've been like this since I was a kid. Food has to be pretty. I'm using a non-stick skillet because I just like it for what I'm doing. And we're going to cook these for about 3 minutes, 4 minutes. No, it says 4. 3 to 4 on one side, and then we'll turn it over. And I have the fire high, so. And shrimp cook fast. You got to be real careful. I'm going to remove them from the heat while I make the sauce, and then bring them back. So let's get something to put them in while when we remove them. Let's see how our pasta is boiling. It is. Let's turn it up so it'll boil a little bit harder. Let's just see the shrimp are starting to become opaque. That's how you know they're cooking. And they're getting there. They smell good. They smell real good. Now, some of the other ingredients that I have to go into this dish is I have red pepper flakes, I have pine nuts, I have grated fresh garlic, the sun-dried tomatoes, and also the, I've got a little tab of Better Than Bouillon. I don't know if I know that I put it in practically everything that I cook, but Better Than Bouillon has been with me for, I can't even recall how many years, but long before anyone knew about it. But every time I talk to someone about cooking, I recommend, highly recommend, that they put Better Than Bouillon on their pantry and keep it there. I have vegetable, I have mushroom, I have chicken, I have beef, I have lobster, and that's the one we're doing today. Since we're doing a dish with shellfish, I thought I know that lobster is our best bet. So the shrimp are just about done, and I'm just steadily turning them. But you can see the opaqueness is almost through. If you look there, you can see how well the shrimp are cooking. The smaller one I'm going to take out, because it's coming back to the heat. So we're getting there. I'm going to turn it down now to a little medium high. We're almost there. Shrimp smell really good. But nothing's worse than overcooked shrimp. They're too chewy. And I've learned that it's not just about what ingredients you use, but the texture of the ingredients you use, because texture, smell, and taste all come together to make for a great dish. Okay, we're going to remove the shrimp now. The residual heat will have them finish doing what they're doing. We have our fire on medium. I'm going to this is just who I am. I'm going to wipe the pan out. And then we start. Okay, we're going to put olive oil in. We're going to add the sun-dried tomatoes. We're going to add the garlic. We're going to add a little pepper, because I like spicy. That is the timer for our pasta. And while this is doing what it does, we're going to add the pasta to that. I've drained it. We add the pasta, and I've used 6 ounces. I'm then going to add the pine nuts. bit better than bouillon. Now we're just going to toss that. And once we get that all tossed together, we're then going to add the shrimp back in. Now we add the shrimp. Now I don't use a lot of shrimp, but you can use just about as much as you like. Depends on if you have shrimp eaters and they like shrimp, or if you just don't. I eat more of a plant-based diet, so just a few is enough for me. We'll turn the fire off here. We have our dish. And I'm going to add to this dish some fresh ground black pepper. The fire's off, and the heat will finish it up. Put it in a bowl. And there's dinner. I hope you enjoy this dish as much as I do. The big plus is very low in carbs and calories. And remember, you can't have taste if you don't have fat or sugar. So we have fat in there, so you're guaranteed some taste. Okay? Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoy this recipe. Bye.